The year was 1921. A chill settled over the outer banks of North Carolina. The seas churned, mirroring the unease that gripped the small coastal community. A ship had run aground, its white sails stark against the stormy sky. But this was no ordinary shipwreck. This was the Carroll A, a five-masted schooner appearing as a phantom against the desolate landscape. She was eerily deserted. Her crew vanished without a trace. The stage was set for a maritime mystery that would captivate the world for a century. The Deering's arrival sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned sailors. There was an unsettling stillness about her. No distress signals had been sent. No signs of a struggle were evident. The ship seemed frozen in time, a ghost ship whispering tales of an unknown fate. What had become of her crew? Where had they gone? The questions hung heavy in the air, as baffling as the day the Deering materialized from the fog. The Carroll A. Deering, a majestic five-masted schooner, was a product of the great age of sail. She was built for speed and capacity, designed to carry hefty cargoes across vast oceans. Launched in 1919 by the G.G. Deering Company in Bath, Maine, she was a testament to American craftsmanship and maritime prowess. Her early voyages were prosperous, marked by routine cargo runs. She sailed under the command of Captain William B. Merritt, a seasoned mariner known for his skill and experience. The Deering plied the trade routes carrying timber, coal, and other goods to ports across the globe. Little did anyone know that her final voyage would transform her from a symbol of commerce to an enigma of the sea. In the summer of 1920, the Deering embarked on what seemed like an ordinary voyage. She was bound for Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with a cargo of coal. Captain Merritt, however, fell ill in Delaware. He disembarked, leaving his first mate in charge. A replacement captain, W.B. Wormel, was found in New York City. He boarded the Deering with his son, who served as the ship's new first mate.
I knew something was off, but my son and the officers thought I was being paranoid. The crew's demeanor had changed, and it was, well, unsettling.
Wormel was a capable captain, but his tenure on the Deering was marked by an unsettling tension. He was known to be distrustful of his crew, often voicing his suspicions to his son. His distrust stemmed from a perceived shift in the crew's demeanor, which he found unsettling. The once familiar camaraderie seemed strained, replaced by an atmosphere of secrecy and unease. Wormel's concerns, however, were dismissed as unfounded by his son and the ship's officers. The Deering's journey south was uneventful, and she reached Rio de Janeiro without incident. However, the return trip was fraught with unsettling occurrences. During their time in port, Captain Wormel had a run-in with a member of his crew, a man named Charles McLennan. The details of the altercation remain murky, but it resulted in McLennan being jailed for insubordination. Wormel, however, managed to secure his release, an act that would later raise eyebrows.
The tension was palpable. Rumors of mutiny were everywhere, and the captain's paranoia didn't help. We were all on edge.
The Deering set sail from Rio, laden with a cargo of sand ballast. As the ship navigated the Atlantic, a palpable tension settled upon the crew. Whispers of mutiny, fueled by Wormel's distrust and the incident with McLennan, began to circulate. The captain's paranoia grew, and he confided in his son, fearing for their safety. The once routine voyage was now shrouded in suspicion and fear.
On January 28, 1921, the Deering had her last documented encounter. She was spotted by the Cape Lookout lightship off the coast of North Carolina.
The lightship's keeper, Captain Jacobson, later reported a brief exchange with a man on board the Deering. The man, described as being red-haired and speaking in a foreign accent, claimed they had lost their anchors.
Jacobson found this odd, as the seas were calm and the Deering appeared to be in good condition. The encounter was brief, and the Deering sailed on, disappearing into the vastness of the Atlantic.
Little did Captain Jacobson know that his fleeting exchange would be the last known contact with the five-masted schooner. The red-haired man's story of lost anchors would become a crucial detail in the unfolding mystery. Why was he on deck, and where was the rest of the crew? 2 days later, on January 31st, 1921, the Carroll A. Deering was discovered hard aground on Diamond Shoals, a treacherous stretch of shifting sandbars off the coast of North Carolina. She was a ghost ship, her sails set, her hull intact, but her crew vanished without a trace. The Deering sat alone, a haunting spectacle against the desolate backdrop of the Outer Banks. The discovery sent shockwaves through the maritime world. Rescue parties boarded the Deering, their hopes of finding survivors dwindling with each passing moment. What they found instead was a mystery more profound than they could have imagined. The ship's logbook was missing, along with the crew's personal belongings, navigational equipment, and lifeboats. The galley was stocked with food, with meals left half-prepared, as if abandoned in haste.
The disappearance of the Carroll A. Deering's crew remains one of the most baffling maritime mysteries of the 20th century. 10 men, including Captain Wormel and his son, vanished without a trace. The ship itself offered few clues. There were no signs of violence or struggle, and the vessel was in remarkably good condition.
Investigators scoured the ship for any indication of what might have transpired. They found the ship's clock stopped at 5:15, the steering gear damaged, suggesting the Deering was intentionally run aground. The discovery of personal effects belonging to the captain and crew scattered in the captain's quarters added another layer to the enigma. Had the crew abandoned ship in a panic, or were there darker forces at play?
Theories abound regarding the fate of the Deering's crew. Some speculate that the ship fell victim to piracy, a common threat in the Caribbean at the time. Others suggest mutiny, pointing to the strained relations between Captain Wormel and his crew. The missing lifeboats lend credence to both theories, but neither fully explains the lack of a struggle or the missing logbook.
Adding to the intrigue is the Deering's connection to Prohibition. The 1920s saw the rise of rum running, and some believe the ship may have been hijacked by smugglers. The Deering's cargo of sand ballast, an unusual load for a ship of its size, fueled this theory. Could the Deering have been involved in illicit activities, her crew silenced to protect a smuggling operation? The US government launched a full-scale investigation into the Deering's disappearance. For 2 years, investigators pursued every lead, interviewing witnesses, examining the ship, and exploring every possible scenario. Despite their efforts, the case remained unsolved. In 1922, the investigation was officially closed, leaving the mystery of the Carroll A. Deering unanswered. The mystery of the Carroll A. Deering continues to fascinate and intrigue. The ship itself was eventually dynamited to prevent it from becoming a hazard to navigation, but the legend of the ghost ship and her missing crew lives on, a chilling reminder of the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of the sea. The Carroll A. Deering serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. The ghost ship, forever etched in maritime lore, continues to spark debate and speculation. Did the crew meet their fate at the hands of pirates, mutineers, or something more sinister? Or did a tragic accident lost to the depths of time claim their lives? The answers, lost to the waves and the passage of time, remain elusive. The Carroll A. Deering stands as a maritime enigma, a silent sentinel of the sea, forever reminding us of the vastness and mystery that lie beyond the horizon. What do you believe happened to the crew of the Carroll A. Deering?